Teaching. We are always being taught. As human beings in our everyday lives, we are constantly surrounded by sources of new information and inspirations. After 14 years of public schooling, I thought I knew what it meant to be taught and to learn. But this all changed when I found myself on the other side of the world. In the winter of 2013, I took a trip to Thailand with a group of math education majors from Bowling Green State University. I am not a math education major, but I could not pass up this chance to experience a different culture and was thankful to be a part of the trip. While I was expecting an exciting and insightful study abroad experience, the values that I found in the people and the passions of Thailand could not have been planned for. Being a visitor in a foreign country is very similar to being a student. Each person you meet acts as a teacher, and every experience you have contributes to the understanding of your new surroundings. From the moment we left the airport on our first day in Thailand, I quickly learned that the country and its people had very different ways of life and traditions than those I had grown up with. The connections between the students and teachers that I got to know showed me how an academic relationship can have a greater effect on a student's life than I ever thought imaginable. Our primary goal on the trip was to learn more about the education system in Thailand by observing their classes and academic activities. This required us to spend a great deal of time in classrooms with educators and students. A particular feeling inside every classroom in Thailand was one I had rarely felt in my own classrooms. Like in the US, the younger children were jumpy, and the college students were slightly distracted. But unlike in the US, in every student and teacher I met, there was an overwhelming sense of kindness and close community that expanded far beyond the walls of the classroom.
Hello, my name is Suchada Punpan. I'm the English teacher in this school, Anuban Kamphaengphet School. I love English, and English is the international language. I think English is very good for communicate with other people in the world. I think it's very good for Thai students to get good experiences to exchange about the culture and exchange about the lifestyle and something about educational system. I think it's very good for Thai students.
My name is Yupadi Panalas. You can call me Yupa. Yes, I work on mathematics department in School of Education, or we call Faculty of Education, Kamphaengphet Ratchapat University, Thailand. First year, when they become a student in mathematics program, the first month they have to remember the name and the nickname of every student in mathematics. The second year, the third year, the fourth year, and the fifth year. Like a very first job for them is very hard to remember. They have many activities, and then they have like a family. Family is mean, but the second, the third, and the fourth year, and the old generation they have the same family. They have to know together. Like they call and so, oh, I'm a new mathematics. I have to become your family. Yes, and say hello every like a New Year's, and to once time a month or maybe the semester, they have to prepare the food to eat together with the family. Or in the new year, when we have the activity, after that we have a dinner together. Every student they they eat together, they have a circle and take a food and eat together and talk together with their family. It means make them very close relationship in the between every year.
The students were happy to be learning, and the teachers were proud to be in a position to teach and connect with them. It made me wonder where it all came from, and why I had rarely felt this sense of comfort in my years of school. One unavoidable clue was religion. The dominant religious beliefs in Thailand were very obviously and proudly Buddhist. I had never seen a Buddhist statue, walked in a Buddhist temple, or learned anything about the religion prior to my arrival in Bangkok. Over the next 14 days, I witnessed how the communities and values that surrounded Thai Buddhism proved to be different than any religious experience I had witnessed in the United States. Buddhism seemed to integrate itself into every aspect of our day, and I started to see more and more of how the practices and beliefs were exhibited by nearly everyone I encountered. When we began to spend more time in the schools, I started to understand why education felt so different in Thailand than in America. The students and teachers followed Buddhist practices to help create a sense of kindness in their community. In Buddhism, parents are viewed as someone's first teacher. From a very young age, Buddhism teaches people to respect those that teach and help others to learn. Additionally, one of the most important teachings of Buddhism is called the Noble Eightfold Path. Following the teachings of this path is believed to help Buddhists escape suffering and find enlightenment. The path teaches of moral justice, which includes right speech, right action, and right livelihood. Mental discipline consists of right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. And finally, wisdom, which includes right understanding and right thought. We frequently saw these Buddhist practices demonstrated through the students' and teachers' relationships both in and out of the classroom.
Hi, hello. I am Sawat Janton from the International Relations Offices of KPIU, Kampang Phet Ratchapat University. Teachers' personality and the teacher's behavior is the most effective means to tell your students, because if you like to tell your student to behave, you, the teacher, have to behave first and to be a role model for them.
We, like I and my college, very close relationship is very good with teacher and the student, because 3 students stay with me, 1 girl and 2 boys. The girl, we stay together like around 3 years ago, because I moved to stay in the university house. For the first, I stay alone. I feel fear in the night sometimes, and the student who can stay with me, and many students want to stay. But only one girl, she come to my home first in every evening to ask me, what do you have for dinner today? What do you do? Can I help you? And for the boy too, he come to my home. Oh, teacher, I take something to cook for you. And then every day they come to my home to make a food with me, clean my home, and help me to do many things. And then I ask them to, do you mind if I want you to stay with me? And they're very pleasure. And many students, they said, why you can stay with teacher? I need that. For the girl, they do everything for me. She very good, take care of me, call to me every day, same thing like this. We go outside, she call every morning, every evening. Oh, teacher, how are you? Take care of yourself. I love you every day. We hug in the morning and evening. For the boy, before I go back, he called to me anytime. Teacher, how about dinner? Tonight I have to do something for you. He's very good cooking. Like a Chinese style. It's a big dish. It's very, very nice. Okay.
Growing up and attending public schools in the United States, religion was never a part of my education. Religion and public life in Thailand are very intertwined. In the United States, a relationship like this would cause great conflict. So we have to wonder, how idyllic is the role of religion in Thailand's public life? While the people of Thailand are legally free to follow whatever religion they choose, 94% of the country is Buddhist. Religion has been a part of the education system in Thailand for many years. In the 1800s, religion was one of the core subjects taught in schools, along with the Thai language and arithmetic. While it is no longer one of the main focuses of the education system, religion is still predominant in many aspects of the country, in a way that's shocking and even disconcerting to an American. But to an even larger extent, so is the king. Thailand has a constitutional monarchy in which their highly regarded and admired king is required by constitution to be Buddhist. This allowed for many religious practices to present themselves in most of our surroundings, as well as many of the Buddhist morals to show through in the actions of most of the people we met. The teachings of Buddha were present all throughout the country. While the teachings of a religion are not typically something that can be physically represented, in Buddhism, the physical statue of Buddha represents many of the religious beliefs.
In the old days, because we do not have the alphabet at that time, so education is from the temple, and in the temple itself, it is the Buddha image is the teaching materials. Yeah, why they have the pointed head of the Buddha is that because we are facing a very, very difficult world in tackling any problems. You must use your mind. You must use your sharp or intelligence. Okay, and that's why there are so many things like this, because there are many problems. And why there are so many, very similar to the computer world nowadays, into many the small file in the computer, in the hard disk, yeah. And the ears, why they're so long, it is supposed to tell the people that you have to listen carefully, take the grain out of salt. Yeah, just try to do not believe everything you hear. Just listen enough. And the eyes of the people, the Buddha images, why they do not look stare like this, they just look at half. It is watch, and also watch yourself, behave yourself.
While the Buddha images are found all throughout the country, not all of the people in Thailand are Buddhist. In 2007, as revisions were being made to the Constitution, there was great conflict and violence between Muslim and minority religions in southern Thailand and the majority Buddhists who wanted to declare Buddhism the official state religion of Thailand. While the constitutional revisions do not declare a state religion, Buddhism does present itself as the dominant religion of Thailand, with the Constitution declaring that the state will protect Buddhism as the religion observed by most Thais for a long period of time, and other religions. It also declares that the state will patronize and protect Buddhism and other religions. The dominance of Buddhism is very clear in the Constitution, as well as through the great deal of Buddhist symbolism seen throughout the country. But beyond this, images of the king were just as present in our surroundings as the Buddha statue, if not more. While the reverence for the king appears to be a nationwide action, this is no coincidence. The Constitution of Thailand also lays out how the citizens should view the king. Sections of the Constitution define what the king's religion must be, ensure that he is protected, and forbid people to speak against him. Our group was visiting Thailand at a time when the political problems were very present. However, the protests and demonstrations against the elected government in Thailand did not go as far as to disrespect the king. A week before our arrival, on December 5th, the nation paused all protesting out of respect for the king's birthday. The reverence for the king that is necessary by law was not the driving force behind the demonstrations, and it was certainly not challenged by those in the schools we visited. The nationwide respect and admiration for the king was very present in the education system. The king was not challenged. Rather, he always appeared to be greatly revered. we frequently found ourselves in the middle of mass prayer ceremonies for the king. When we were attending an international dance festival for the 40th anniversary of Kampang Phet Rajaput University, there was a candle and song demonstration out of respect for the king. Within the enormous group of students showing their respect for the king, I felt a very different appreciation for the people around me than I had in the educational experiences I'd had in America. College students and their professors stood collected as a community as they came together for a common belief and purpose, a similarity that connected them not only as educators and students, but as citizens with a common respect for something they believe in. Respect for the king and the almost nationally followed religion of Buddhism brought a very strong sense of community into the education system. Within the community, wisdom, the path to enlightenment, and respect for those who help teach you as you grow are some of the most valued things in a person's life. In a similar candle ceremony at a math exhibition run through the university, the students showed their greatest respects not only for their king, but for their teachers. Beginning with their professor, a flame is passed from candle to candle around a circle, symbolizing the enlightenment that the students find through their school teachers and their highest regarded teacher, Buddha. In spite of the laws and traditions of Thailand that contrast with freedoms of the United States, the communities and relationships that I found in Thailand held unique and strong bonds formed through building common values, and specifically respect for kindness, community, and learning. Learning something from another person is a universal act, but the way that we learn and the joy we get from that knowledge is something I now understand to be different on the other side of the world. With the highest regards to their beliefs, their country, and their fellow learners, my Thai hosts showed me how people can create a powerful, close, and inspiring community through education and particularly Buddhist principles. While a connection between religion and education, church and state, is alarming in America for understandable reasons, the religious connection to the state is not what made the Thai educators and students inspiring. It was, instead, their ability to incorporate the kindness that Buddhism encourages, the acquiring of wisdom, and the path towards enlightenment into their educational communities and relationships that captivated me.
But for friends like this, we really would like to show our sincere hospitality just to welcome friends who come, especially immediate friends in the same world, education world, and we would like to do as, maybe not much, but this is what we can do.
In a country with many areas of limited opportunity, through communities with the highest respect and appreciation for knowledge, the people of Thailand were able to teach us of the infinite possibilities of intellectual and personal growth.